Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this channel. This is Mkuu. Yesterday, Rigathi Gachagua finally met with Jimi, Wanjigi, the Safina party leader. If you have been keenly following the politics of Jimi Wanjigi, Wanjigi has been like an island. Alikuwa a man that was just a stand alone in this politics. And Jimi was trying as much as he can to get the support of Kenyans for him to run the presidency of this Republic of Kenya. But one man was clear. The governor of Murang'a, William Ruto, was clear that for you to climb the mountain, for any leader from the region, you ought to talk with Rigathi Gachagua. Kama hautaongea na yeye, then to enter in that region, it will be difficult for you.
Would you join DCP?
I will discuss as to where I will vie later, not now, as to him supporting and working with Gachagua. Well, it's good. It's the right thing to do.
All right, folks, I want to take a break, come back, talk about goonism.
Now, Jimi Wanjigi has been facing a lot of backlash from Kenyans. Jimi Wanjigi walikuwa naona Kenyans walikuwa naona Jimi Wanjigi as a mole. Kenyans were profiling Jimi Wanjigi like a person who Ruto is using him as a person who is likely to work with President William Ruto. But the shock of many, yesterday now begins a new chapter. And now guys, in this video, I want to talk about what might be the possibilities or the reason that had led Jimi Wanjigi to reach out to Rigathi Gachagua for them to have a conversation at Wajingi'S. Number one, it's about the Mount Kenya politics. As things stand today, if the Kenyans are not keen, the Mount Kenya politics, as it is today, if the Mount Kenya is not going to sit together and speak one language, William Ruto is very much keen to ensure that he divide that mountain right at the middle. Ndio maana he has been using CS Ruku kugawanya mlima, so that the CS Ruku was advocating that Mere, they are not part of the mountain. The Merus, they are not part of the mountain. So we try to advocate that narrative so that the mountain can at least split. And that is a very dangerous move for them. And when we look at this politician Kenway, Jimi Wanjigi together with Rigathi Gachagua, they all have one interest. And now the difference of the interest is how the two are approaching it. Ukiangalia vizuri, Jimi Wanjigi anataka Ruto aende nyumbani. The same way Rigathi Gachagua anataka Ruto aende nyumbani. But now, the way they are approaching their interest is different. That's why it has forced them to come to sit together, to come to discuss together, to come to talk together that, okay, look, I want Ruto to go, but my intention is at least to try to look into Kenya's economy. That is Jimi Wanjigi's interest. I want Ruto to go, but what I want our debt as a national debt, at least it will be Jimi. I want Ruto to go, but now my interest is this obvious debt that the Kenyans are paying. Madeni zilichukuliwa with this regime, with the expenses of Kenyans, but those madenis tunalipa na hazikufanyia kazi yoyote. That is Jimi's interest. And when we look at Rigathi Gachagua's interest, they are all converging with Jimi's interest. Rigathi Gachagua wants Ruto to go home. For him at least for him to do away with this affordable housing. The guy Rigathi Gachagua hataki kabisa. He wants Ruto to go for him at least to try as much as he can for his house levy itolewe. So their interest is one, but the approach is different. So their approach, I intend to think yesterday was like, okay, obvious, these politicians are doing all this in form of, or rather, these politicians are doing all those form for them at least to get what we normally call a position. So labda wakaka, okay, now we are going to get Ruto out of the office. But now look, if tunaenda zote, if I allow you, let me say, Jimi to go, it will be quite difficult to have people that believe in you and they will vote for you and will divide this mountain. My point on Ruto, division. And if I go as Rigathi Gachagua, again, you have people that will vote for me and now the mountain will be divided. For us now to sit together to discuss the national interest together, okay, if your interest is okay to deal with this obvious debt economy of the nation, then wewe kuja tukae pamoja, then your sector will be to deal with the economy of country. The CS of Minister of Finance, it might be good for him for the sake of leveraging this country. So the discussion is based on how are they going to leverage this country economically wise, or rather, the main intention is that tunakaa together, tunaenda aje kutatua hili janga la kiuchumi kwenye hili taifa letu la Kenya. That was the main. Then when you look at it critically, is that it was just like a coded message to those people who are trying to do what. And again, guys, number two, it was just like a coded message to those people who are trying to oppose Rigathi Gachagua from the mountain. The likes of Kimani Ichung'wah. So it is like, okay, this man, even though tunamwona is a bad person, but it's someone that we need to listen to. Jimi Wanjigi, kuacha kila kitu and to go to Mnyoro, it was a very powerful message. Even though this Rigathi Gachagua stands out to be impeached, but the guy has an influence here in the mountain. We all have to listen to him. For that, it's leaving Rigathi Gachagua now to be confirmed as the Mount Kenya kingpin, as the person who the leaders are eagerly, as the person whom the leader are now want to listen from him. That was just a clear message. Okay, mimi mkienda na Ruto, we have our leader. Here is Rigathi Gachagua. We all ought to listen from him. That was clear. Msiposikiza huyu, then when it will be difficult for you to maneuver in this Kenyan politics. Then, number three, it was about the negotiation on this, the so-called coalition presidential candidate. And guys, number three, it was about the presidential candidate. Jimi Wanjigi presented himself to Rigathi Gachagua for him also to be considered as the presidential candidate in this country. What do you think that this discussed? Jimi Wanjigi was clear that consider me as the presidential candidate of alternative government. I have A, B, C, D that I will do. It's a more of interview. Utafanya nini? Okay, I will do A, I will do B, I have C, and I have D. That was what they were discussing. Alikuwa ameenda in any other way Rigathi Gachagua to endorse him. Rigathi Gachagua at least to endorse him as the presidential candidate of loyal opposition. And if Rigathi Gachagua is not going to endorse this guy, utaona will start to say, okay, I went to Tomorrow, we discussed this, but Tomorrow sijui yeye alikuwa anataka, then there hatukuelewana. What is your thought on that? What do you think that Jimi Wanjigi and Rigathi Gachagua discussed yesterday? Drop it in comment section. I'll be doing my best to read it and giving you a response. And to that, guys, peace and love.